Howdy guys, out at the hangar with 1 Bravo Charlie getting fueled up right now. We're going to go out, do some single engine autopilot work and test the autopilot on a bunch of different instrument approach phases of flight, go arounds and everything. So it should be a fun flight.
Yeah, I don't care. You want to take the radios or
sure?
How you want to do it?
Just get a westbound departure.
You want to bet $20 on if you can nail the call sign every time during this flight or not?
It is not going to happen. I'm going to screw it up every time.
Yeah, we'll just do VFR West.
682771 Bravo Lima.
Yeah.
Aurora ground, November 771 Bravo Charlie.
November 771 Bravo Charlie, Aurora ground.
771 Bravo Charlie, taxiing out of Skyhaven with, I think it was Tango, and we're westbound departure. Was it Tango?
I don't
remember.
November 1 Bravo Charlie, runway 27, taxi via Alpha, and verify when you have information, Juliet.
That's what we got.
All right, 27 via Alpha, and we do have Juliet, thanks.
All right, guys, taxiing out. Home sweet home Aurora. We got John back with us.
Hi.
Gonna do some fun autopilot testing, emergency procedures and such.
It's gonna be exciting.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes, but we're gonna taxi out here to 27, do the run up. We'll go out west and try to put it through its paces. And I got a different camera here to do the zoom in view, so hopefully it'll be easier to see the instruments.
Aurora Tower, November 771 Bravo Charlie, hold short runway 27, ready for departure westbound with Kilo.
November 771 Bravo Charlie, westbound departure is approved, runway 27, clear for takeoff.
771 Bravo Charlie, clear for takeoff, 27. Clear and final.
All right, fuel pump's on low, fuel's on the main, mixtures to go. I do rolling takeoffs if they need me to, but usually I just come out, kind of stop, run it up, go.
I don't like beating up my nose wheel strut.
Yeah. Alrighty, throttle's coming up 1700. Final check of the gauges, mixture's going rich.
All good.
Everything's looking good. And we'll release the brakes. Slowly advance some throttles. Don't have to worry about over boosting like you.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Making good fuel flows, airspeed's alive. 70. 80. 90. Rotate. Tap the brakes. Gear coming up.
That was nice and smooth.
Blue line. No dampers on. So we got it in heading mode, VS at 900 feet per minute up to 6,000. You kind of have to watch VS mode, however this autopilot will take care of you and it'll lower the nose if it doesn't like what you're doing.
Altitude 1,000 to go.
And I'm going to look up our power setting for our simulated engine failure at altitude. So 5,000 feet, outside air temperature was 65. 5,000 up here, coming across to 117 knots.
All right, 937,
straight down,
now clear to
2,200 RPM.
All right, we're there.
Here's what I think is cool.
I haven't done anything.
But you've left the autopilot on, you haven't done a darn thing. The yaw damper is on, but it's got a half-ball slip toward the operative engine, which is ideal.
Yeah, I just need to clear that engine every now and then.
For departure, radar contact, proceed on course, altitude is...
It's not quite a half-ball slip.
It's pretty close.
I would let the autopilot, I wouldn't turn the yaw damper off. I'd be curious what happens when you do.
Yeah. How cool is this? That the autopilot will fly the single engine.
Well, it's amazing, is what it is. So what's your airspeed right now, Kev?
121.
Okay. So we got full power on the operative engine. All the temperatures and pressures look good.
Alpha backup passing through 4,200 for 14,000.
The left engine, you might want to close the cowl flap on just because it's getting pretty cool.
I don't have
You don't have
cowl
cowl flaps, sorry.
Head over to center, 5 Delta Alpha.
So right about now, we'd be doing dead foot, dead engine. We'd be going through securing our engine checklist, emergency checklist for a failed engine.
Your discretion.
Let's turn back to the left gently and see how she handles turning into the dead engine.
Bear 93 golf, traffic 11 o'clock, 4 miles, appears to be maneuvering 3,500 indicated.
Well, I don't know, I'm impressed. I think the autopilot, the autopilot flies just fine. With a,
And I got to tell you, from having done this for real without an autopilot,
42, don't go any lower
that's
than current
amazing.
altitude, please.
yeah, this is awesome, guys. So it's flying everything. We're dead on. Left engine has failed.
And now we're at 117, so you're at your blue line.
Yeah, and it's,
And we're maintaining altitude at 5,000 feet now
yeah,
at blue line, which is great.
very cool. Well, let's bring her back to life
Okay.
very slowly.
Foxtrot still on a 270 heading.
It's amazing how well the autopilot controlled the airplane with one engine running.
You're in the clear now, altitude.
If you were a passenger of this thing, you wouldn't have even known anything happened.
Poplar Grove, if that works
Yeah.
for you.
That was pretty cool. So now I know. I always wondered, can this autopilot, the STEC 3100, can it fly single engine? And man, it did. It held the ball in the perfect spot. I mean, that's an enormous amount of pressure. There's no rudder trim on this thing. The yaw damper did all that on its own.
4973
So let's go to the procedures page. Let's do the RNAV runway 19, and then let's see which one we want to do.
Let's do this. November 6604 Foxtrot, proceed direct, wag it. You can execute the procedure turn, climb and maintain.
Paints them all on there for you.
You want to do the course reversal?
Let's do let's do that. Wag it.
Rockford, November 771 Bravo Charlie with a request.
715.
Was it RNAV 19, right?
RNAV 19 off of Wag it.
771 Bravo Charlie Rockford, say request.
1 Bravo Charlie, I'd like to do the RNAV 19 via wagon with a course reversal.
All right.
042.
So we went to loaded the approach, double check everything. It's gonna make a turn at Wag it. That all looks good, and then we'll follow the approach in. So guys, you guys are gonna see how this STEC 3100 here paired with these Avidyne, the IFD 550 540.
And Rockford, Betty 44
It does everything for you.
We'll drop the code. 77 uniform, yeah.
We've departed, turned on the autopilot, and I haven't turned it off yet.
Service terminated, squawk VFR. The skydive airplane at Rochelle is currently on the ground. He's been up and down every little bit here, though, so use caution for him if you see him. Copy, we'll be looking out for him. Appreciate it. 6744 uniform, squawk VFR for good safe route.
Man, and you used to fly around worried about stuff, hand flying, reading approach plates and stuff. This is how you're treating yours now?
It's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know if you like these things, but there is one there if you want it.
Oh yeah,
But it's up to you.
I'd rather not touch the airplane until I need to, and it just opens up your so much more time to pay attention to everything else.
Oh yeah.
Weather, traffic,
Yeah.
engine instruments, fuel consumption.
Yeah.
Twin Cessna 1 Bravo Charlie, I show you just southwest of Wag it, maintain 3,000 until established inbound, cleared for the GPS RNAV runway 19 approach.
771 Bravo Charlie, 3,000 till established, cleared for the RNAV 19 approach.
So it tells us parallel entry. It paints it. You can see the next leg is the barber pole leg.
Traffic is 11 o'clock, 8 miles, appears to be eastbound out to gate
6,100. 3, 2, 1, here we go. And it tells you that it's going to exit the fix at the hold, so you don't have to guess anymore. You know, the whole OBS thing and the stuff that other people
Yeah,
did.
I like that it tells you that, because my GNS 530, you don't know what it's going to do at the hold. So go into like a suspend mode, press the OBS button, do you not do it? It's confusing.
Oh, it's great.
Are you going to descend down to 3,000?
Yeah, we'll go down to 3.
Okay.
So you just roll that down, tell it how to get there.
154, that traffic just descended. He's 11 o'clock, 5 miles, 5,500
feet per minute now.
Appears eastbound.
So no more 180 degrees and then figure out your 45-degree intercept for a parallel entry. I mean,
No,
No more math in your head. I still like to do it because I'm a geek. I just like to.
Should speed 154.
But when you've got a visual representation, it's kind of a waste of brain power.
4,500 westbound.
And the way that works with these hold patterns, they're not flybys, they're flyovers.
200
So
to go.
it flies over it as opposed to flattening the curve. So, and then it comes back and it perfectly intercepts the outbound leg.
Traffic.
And it will
5 miles is a
turn us back in.
Plane 7,000.
All right, flaps coming in. Feel that?
I felt nothing.
Yeah, the
That's
side
awesome.
doesn't move.
And before landing, alternate air,
Are closed.
mixtures, props,
Gears coming down. Mixtures and props are set.
flaps,
Flaps are approach flaps.
gear down,
Gear down, 3 in the green.
green light, or gear lights just told me, flaps,
Flaps are set.
aux fuel pumps,
Aux fuel pumps are on low.
approach speed,
We're nailed it.
Drive.
140.
nice. Checklist complete.
All right. Missed approach has climbed to 2,500. So I'm gonna put that in here.
So you're gonna use your toga button. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Oh, I never saw the synthetic vision. Now you're
Yeah.
really making me feel bad. It's because I have air conditioning, isn't
Yeah.
it? You did that
I
to
had
me.
to do this because of the air conditioning. So we got the CDI and the VDI. And we're gonna take the approach down. 936 is the minimums. And then we got synthetic vision lined up for us. So it will auto sequence the miss, so we don't have to do anything there. And it's kind of bumpy today.
You said it will auto sequence the mist.
Yeah,
Cool.
it displays our towers and all sorts of stuff. It's got the runway out there. This is not the autopilot, guys. This is the atmosphere that's doing this to us right now. But
Actually,
we've got our needles dead center.
yeah, the autopilot's doing an amazing job in turbulence.
Better than I would be doing right now.
Oh yeah. I mean, no, Kevin, you're really good at this.
Yeah. So, 1,000 feet's really close to min, so we'll go down to 1,000 and then we'll hit the buttons and go mist.
So we're gonna climb, cram, clean.
300 feet to go. Feet to go. So right here we're gonna go mist.
Autopilot disconnect.
Flaps up. Gear.
Flaps up. Gear up.
Airspeed looks good. Positive rate of climb. Fly runway heading.
Get the props to the top of the green arc. Get a little more fuel flow in my life. And now we're set. We're good on the climb. Now autopilot sequence.
Bravo Charlie, proceed direct Gilmy, or proceed on course with Gilmy, VFR 3000.
For 1 Bravo Charlie, can we do the published mist and just climb on out there to 25? Is that gonna work?
Bravo Charlie, we're gonna need you high for a few departures, but you can do exit published mist approach to maintain VFR 3000.
1 Bravo Charlie, we'll go. So, all I did was I hit that, pushed everything forward, set the positive rate, turned the autopilot back on, and
Okay, and the Avidyne just sequenced all by itself.
I didn't touch
You didn't have
anything.
to press up. You had to press nothing, so that's
Yeah.
another major difference.
I didn't touch a thing. Man, that was awesome.
That is,
Altitude 1,000 to go.
That is great.
makes it look easy.
Wow. That was so cool.
So that's like the scariest part of any flight is your actual and you gotta miss. And all you had to do is press the toga button and do what your Mr. Pro's procedure was, and then turn the autopilot back on. Once you had a positive rate, it was awesome.
I didn't have to think about anything. It just grabbed it all. Then it takes us right here and it paints the thing. And now here, it will. This is because they gave us a non-standard altitude.
Right.
So it's telling us that you're supposed to be at 2,500 there. It won't automatically do it, obviously, but
it's just giving the advice.
Yeah, it's just a heads up. Hey, this is what the published miss says, but you know, if air traffic deviates from it, then that's fine.
I also like that the Avidyne tells you where your top of descent was supposed to be, and as we just flew through it, but...
Yeah. You would have yours probably set, I don't know if you like 500 or 1,000. For me, I got to do 500, you know?
I normally do 1,000. I think I have it set at 800, but I have to go through the gymnastics on the GNS 530 to do that. If I want to, you know, calculate where TOD is, because I want to use up all my energy that I can.
Alrighty, well, we're set up. We're in the hold.
I used to flight instruct. We always taught the NEB top. You don't even have to think about that anymore.
Skydive 1, copy that, thank you.
Ask them if they're skydiving again.
And Rockford, is Rochelle active with the skydivers?
Yeah, they're about to throw them out of the plane right now at Rochelle.
Oh, we're turning to the east.
Okay, roger that. We're going to turn to the east. Avoid them. What do you want to do at Aurora, the RNAV 27?
Yeah, let's do that. So now that we have a little bit more time, we'll try to explain this. So you can go to the FMS page where you just push procedures, and then it knows we're going to Aurora, so it gives all these. We know that they're advertising the RNAV 27, so we go down there and select RNAV 27. Now it will show us we could do it off DuPage, which from our direction of flight doesn't really make a lot of sense. We could do it off of Joliet, which really doesn't make a lot of sense. Hoagie we could definitely do, but we just did a course reversal, so we'll do Simcoe. So we hit enter, and then over here you can just hit activate approach, and then nav. Oh, we were already on nav, sorry. And now, the autopilot is going to take us
281 Whiskey, Rockford approach squawk
right out here.
221.
And you can see the dotted lines that paints the missed approach there.
That's awesome.
Traffic, so 3 miles off your right wing, 3,000 indicated, appears eastbound.
1 Bravo Charlie searching.
1 Bravo Charlie, proceed direct to Simcoe.
1 Bravo Charlie, direct Simcoe.
So what I do is I turn the heading bug in a known direction.
Aurora, it's about 12 o'clock in
and then direct, enter, and then I click nav.
Runway 27.
Visual 27, 84 Charlie Whiskey. Traffic's no factor inside 84 Charlie Whiskey.
4 Charlie Whiskey, thanks. Call Aurora Tower 120.6.
106, 84 Charlie Whiskey.
At 11:15, contact stage tower 120.9.
I love that this thing gives you top of descent warnings on an approach, because it knows the approach legs.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
I'm a fan. So now we're going to do the very typical T-fix, and we're going to let her do it.
1 Bravo Charlie, 7 miles from Simcoe, cross Simcoe, or just maintain VFR cleared RNAV 27.
771 Bravo Charlie, clear RNAV 27.
So as soon as she tells us to descend, we'll just do it. We'll just let automation run everything.
25 Mike Echo, contact approach on 120.55.
Begin descent. And 2,500 VS, and right now she told us to descend. There we go. Got altitude alerts. I got so much.
Contact approach on 120.55.
So much stuff. Grab a little bit of the power here.
All right, put tower in standby.
Yeah. You can do it the 530 way.
Is that, so what's the Avidyne way? Tell me the
Well,
tell me
the easiest way is you just push frequency, and then you just push the tower.
Get out of here.
Yeah, you just push it. It's already loaded, so it knows that. See it like if you wanted to go to ground,
my God,
you just
that's
tap
awesome.
it and it tells you. So that's the way, and it knows all the frequencies en route. It's got it all figured out. So that's the easiest way. But
You're killing me.
there's lots of ways to skin the cat.
I feel like I should pull an E6B out now. 'Cause I'm an antique. That is really cool.
So we got cleared for the approach. So like I was telling you before, we're gonna fly this whole T in approach mode.
Okay.
Glide slope's alive. LPV is flashing at us. So we know we got all that. We could go back to our synthetic vision. That way we have two different views of different things. So about the time the glide slope gets 1 dot high, I'll throw in the first notch of flaps, and then about the time I intercept is when I throw out the gear. So now my manifold's coming back just a skosh more.
Southwest
Fuel
1991.
pumps are on low.
Back to PQ, Southwest 1991. Thank you. 771 Bravo Charlie, you have Lima at Aurora.
That's affirmative, showing at Lima at Aurora.
Bravo Charlie, call it Tower 120.6.
Tower 120.6, yep. We're Tower November 68, excuse me, November 771 Bravo Charlie, inbound on the RNF 27 with Lima. Never gonna get it right.
771 Bravo Charlie, Aurora Tower, make straight to runway 27.
Straight in 27, 771 Bravo Charlie.
Alright. Well, for the memory bank, we did not get a landing clearance.
He did not, I was about to say, we are not cleared to land.
Clear for the option.
That was somebody else, I think.
So,
Clear for the option
Yeah,
over
that's-
Alpha.
so what I do, my plane,
71 Bravo Charlie, you're going to be number 2 following a Remos in the left down to beam the numbers. Runway 27, you were clear to land, wind 2706.
27 clear to land, 771 Bravo Charlie. When I'm clear to land, I turn my landing lights on. That way, all I have to do is look over at my landing lights to see if I was cleared.
Gotcha.
Sometimes you forget.
Yeah,
I'll ask if I don't remember.
that's a good memory jogger. Alright, you ready for this again?
Let's do it.
Hold on to your britches.
Can't feel a thing. All you feel is the airplane. All you know is the attitude of the airplane changes, which is exactly what it's supposed to do. Awesome.
She starts
So
nosing over.
that's the flap compensation switch that
Yeah.
I believe it's optional
Yeah,
with the STEC, but we both have it.
it's great.
So once you get the gear down, get your checklist.
As she says, begin descent now.
Okay, alternate air in.
In.
Mixtures rich/full.
Mixtures are set.
Flaps 15 degrees below 156.
Flaps 15 set.
Gear down.
Gear down 3 in the green.
Flaps 15 to 35.
Set.
Aux fuel pumps on.
Aux fuel pumps on low.
Approach speed, VREF 90 to 95 knots indicated airspeed.
I fly way faster than that.
Checklist complete.
Checklist complete.
Hey, talk about a stabilized approach.
Considering the turbulence right now,
It's amazing.
got 2 red lights, 2 white lights. Fairly well centered. All the needles are perfectly centered here.
All right, gas, you're on the mains. Undercarriage down 3 green. Mixtures, props to go. Seatbelts and shoulder harnesses.
We're good. A little bumpy.
Little sheery.
Alrighty. Well, we're gonna take her off and land her now. Autopilot disconnect. Pull flaps out. Hauling the Mel a bit more than usual because we were on an approach. But we'll get her. This is slower than I ever used to go out here.
Oh, is that because of your wing, your
My vortex generators? Yeah. I've, knock on wood, I've figured out a little bit better how to land. Gears down.
Wow, nice one.
Yeah, it was all that speed, man.
Yeah.
It was, the speed was killing me. But now that I come in, I take a full 20 off, and which is what the whole idea of these things are anyway. And 1 Bravo Charlie, we can make Charlie.
Cessna 71 Bravo Charlie, left taxiway Charlie off to parking range, frequency.
1 Bravo Charlie, left Charlie, and Alpha, Stanley's frequency.
Well, thanks for coming with, John.
Yeah, that was awesome.
It was really neat to get to see that the Autopilot will indeed fly with a simulated feathered engine. I mean, it split the ball and everything, which is, you know, as we were talking before, that's an enormous rudder pressure for that yaw damper to do, and it.
Well, that's what surprised me is that it, you know, on my plane, maybe not on the left engine, on the right engine, you could put enough rudder pressure in to center the ball. The left engine, you can't. So that yaw damper might have been fully tilted. It'd be interesting to, maybe when we take my plane out, we'll fail the right.
Yeah.
Just to see, because what we don't want it to do is center the ball, because that's not what you want in a engine failure in an aircraft, or a twin engine aircraft. We want to have a half ball slip 5 degrees toward the
Which was interesting that it did it, you know? I wonder if they have that.
I think you ran out of trim though. So worst case scenario on the right side, if the right engine failed and the ball was centered, you could turn the yaw damper off and manually roll in the proper amount of rudder trim and fly it that way.
Yeah.
You can still use the autopilot to fly the plane, there's no question.
Yeah. Yeah, and we got to show how well the STEC 3100 flies these instrument approaches. We did full procedure turns, entered holding, parallel entries, direct entry, T-fix.
And never break a sweat.
Yeah, it just handles it all. The go around function is so simple. You just push the go around button, which for me is here on the yoke, and you clean up the plane and then you turn the autopilot on and it flies and auto sequences to the next. Pretty cool, I'm pretty happy.
Yeah.
There's a couple of things I wanted to check out.
Worked awesome.
Well, until next time, we'll see you guys later.